Hello everyone, I hope you guys are doing absolutely well and welcome to my channel. So it has been around 3 months now that I have started my KDP journey, and I was looking for generating passive income and found KDP as one of the options. So when I started 3 months back, there were a lot many unknowns a new beginner may have. But now as time has passed and it has been almost 3 months that I have been kind of working with Amazon KDP, and I feel this would be a good time that I should share my experience about my Amazon KDP journey. So in case if you don't know, so I have started my passive income journey and I'm documenting my journey over here in this YouTube channel. So if you're interested to know more about it, make sure that you hit that subscribe button, and if you like this video, make sure that you hit the like button as well. Okay. And in this video, I'll be sharing with you my limitations that I had when I started my KDP journey, the challenges I faced, the learnings I had gone through for over the period of this 3 months, then what are the earnings that I have made, and my conclusion, and what would my future strategy. So make sure that you watch the video till the end. Okay, all right. So one of the first question that came to my mind was, is KDP really worth it? And in order to prove that, the only thing was I should experience that, whether KDP is worth or not. Okay. And I wanted to build up kind of a passive income journey and found that KDP has some potential that I can kind of generate the passive income with KDP. So I thought that let's dive into it and let's see whether KDP is worth or not, and whether it is good for a beginner like me or not. So I thought, let's give it a try, give it a go, and let's start my KDP journey. Okay, so let me first talk about the limitations that I had when I started my journey. So the very first thing was I had no prior experience of print on demand business and no prior experience of book publishing with Amazon KDP. Yes, when it comes to book publishing, I only was aware about traditional way of book publishing, and that is high content book. I was no way aware about low content or no content books, and that is something that I found later in the game. So yes, the very first limitation that I had was I had no prior experience. And the second thing was, as I was just starting new, the first constraint that I had kept for myself was I didn't want to spend any money until I realized the potential. So I didn't want to do kind of any courses, or I didn't want to go for any subscription, or I didn't want to kind of spend literally any money uh, when I was just trying out my KDP, whether it is going to be a good source of income or not. So that was my second limitation. Yes. And no ads, no subscriptions. Yes. So I had kind of kept myself bounded that I'm not going to spend any money on ads or any money on subscription. And along with that, the another limitations that I had was I had a very basic knowledge of designing. And with that very basic knowledge, whether I'll be able to take up my KDP journey or not. So yes, these were my limitations, and with these limitations, I kind of jumped into my KDP journey. And let's see what are the challenges that I had faced next. The next set of challenges was like, what would be the book ideas? As I said, I was earlier aware about only high content books only. So in the initial phase, I just created few high content books. And after that, I was kind of wondering like, what could be the book ideas that I can create books on? So after that, when I was kind of doing my research, I found that, oh, there is a broad variety of areas that one can create books on. So getting the book ideas, how to get the book ideas, how to do the niche research for the book ideas, that was I was not aware of. So the first challenge was how to get the book ideas. And I'm sure any new beginner would definitely come across this challenge as well. Because me as a beginner had come across this one. So probably everyone who's starting up new might be facing this challenge. Then the second thing was how to get the organic sales. Yes, once you spend the money, once you run the ads, it may be possible that you'll be generating the sales. But as I said, I didn't want to spend any money until I realized the potential. So the challenge was how to get the organic sales. But that is something I can come to know only after I'll publish the book. So yes, publishing the book was the first set of priority. Now, here comes the interesting part. When I was publishing the book, okay, so at that point of a time, I had kind of not gone through all the Amazon KDP documentation and everything. I just understood the overall publishing process in brief, and I just started off with it. So the very first challenge that I faced was about the author pen names. And the author pen names, like whatever the name that I was giving, so KDP was not accepting that. In my book review process, they were kind of saying that this is not a good name. So coming up with the proper pen name was a challenge. That it was there for me. But then I found that okay, what kind of pen name works and what kind of pen names doesn't work for KDP. So then I was able to figure it out what should be my pen name. And another question that I had was how many author pen names can we have under one KDP account? And for that also, I have kind of a tried and tested and found out that it is possible to kind of have various author pen names. Then another set of challenges that I was facing was how to do the book cover design. As I said, I was kind of having a very basic knowledge on designing and I was not knowing any of the high profile tools of designing. So I was kind of looking at like what would be the best tool to use in order to kind of do a basic level of designing. And for that as well, it was a challenge for me and I had to kind of do a research and I had to found that, okay, this is something, a tool that I can use for my book cover designing. Then this one is interesting, the book cover size in KDP, it has kind of an option of having a different book size and you can kind of have a different page size as well. So with each of that, what would be the book cover size? And I was literally struggling with it. When I was trying to create the book cover, it was somehow working, somehow not working. So in order to identify that, how I can create my book cover and how I can identify my book cover size that is going to work absolutely well and without any hassle, I can get my book cover. So that is something I had to do a research. And after that, I found an interesting strategy to identify a book cover of any of the book size or any of the book's page size. And I also have created one video on that. So if in case you're interested to watch that video, I'll be putting that link into the description box so you can watch that. Then the second thing was book titles. Okay, so when I started, I was completely not at all aware about the keyword research and everything. So in the initial set of books that I have created, so I was literally kind of giving any book titles and wherein I could have used some of the terms that KDP does not allow to use in the book title. And my books were kind of getting rejected in the review process and it was kind of taking a whole lot of time during the review process and it was taking multiple iterations and I was kind of frustrated. But then I thought, okay, this is not the time to get frustrated. Let me just do a bit of research, read through some of the documentation, but honestly speaking, reading the documentation, so I was not kind of having enough time to go through all the documentation in minute detail. So what my strategy was, try and taste and fail fast. So that way I kind of learned about giving the appropriate book titles, which were kind of working with Amazon KDP, so it doesn't get rejected in the review process. Then the next thing was publishing process time. You know what? I was not at all aware about that. KDP kind of takes a lot of time, and in case of low content book, it kind of takes a lot more time in order to review the book. So during my trial and tested process only, I came to know that yes, publishing on KDP is kind of taking time in order to actually make the book go live on the shelf of the Amazon. So yes, that was also one of the challenge that I had. Like earlier, I was not doing that, and I was just kind of waiting that I have published the book. It was showing a review, and sometimes it was getting rejected, and I was just waiting that when it is going to get live. But only when I learned about this publishing process time, then I came to know that yes, it takes certain days of time to actually go book live. So these were all sort of challenges that I had faced. Now, there are so many learnings that I have kind of gone through in the phase of past 3 months. And I'll say that whatever I have learned in past 3 months, so it is kind of going to be the backbone of my future journey of Amazon KDP as well. Because I have learned the bits and pieces of each and everything that is required for Amazon KDP as a beginner. And that is what I'm going to share with you, like what are all the different parts that I've learned. So very first thing was the niche research. Okay, in order to create the books, right, we have to find the book ideas and we have to kind of see that what is working, what is not working, and what would be working. So for that, we'll have to do the niche research. And as I said, I didn't want to spend any money on Amazon KDP business as of now. So I was literally looking for the free tools. And during my research, I found various free tools through which I'm kind of doing the niche research. So in case if you're interested to know about it, let me know in the comment section. I'll also create a video on that. Then the second one was 7 keyword slots. So this has been ever confusing to me, like what we need to put in over there in the 7 keyword slots. But over the period of time in this 3 months, I have kind of learned that what I can put in the 7 keyword slot so that my book can be kind of found when someone is searching for that book. Then the next thing was this category selection. You know, category selection was a challenge itself, and I haven't put it over here in this challenges section because otherwise the challenges list is kind of would have been a bigger one. And as I was going to cover it in this category selection in learning section, so I kept it over here. So when we are kind of publishing the book, we're able to only select the 2 categories, and they are going to be very broad categories as well. So I was kind of wondering that just based on 2 categories, how can user will be able to find the books? And then later I found that actually there is a way you can kind of give the additional categories as well. So yes, category selection was a learning that I have kind of learned. The next thing was designing interior and the books that I had published. So all the interior I myself have published, and I haven't kind of spent any money on any of the third party site to get the interiors. And I feel what I feel is that whatever we are doing, so at least we should be knowing that what exactly we are doing and how much time it takes in order to create such kind of an interior, so that even if we have to pay for it, we'll come to know that okay, what is the worth that we'll be paying about it. So this is just my perception. So that is the approach that I take, and I learned about how to design the interior. And yeah, for designing the interior and for designing the book cover as well, I'm using Canva. So that is freely available. So I haven't taken any subscription for that as well. And whatever the limited set of free things available in Canva, with that, I'm designing my interior as well. And I'm designing my book cover as well. So for designing the book cover, I'm using Canva, and I kind of take the inspirations and my with very basic limited set of designing knowledge that I have. So I'm designing my book cover. And then the learning, the most interesting one that I already have shared in the challenges section was getting the book cover size right. And the interesting part, like how I figured it out how to get the book cover size right. I have shared it in another video on my channel. So the link would be there in description, as I said. So you may want to take a look at that. And then I also kind of experimented with the Amazon KDP book publishing, whatever the options that we have got. And I also found some of the tips and tricks on how we can earn more money with Amazon KDP using the same book publishing process. And for that one also, I have created one video on my channel. So I'll be putting that link into the description box. So it would be worth checking out that video. Now, these were the learnings. And let me tell you one interesting thing that I haven't kind of kept it over here and I haven't mentioned it anywhere over here. So in the process of learning, okay, and creating the books, you know what? In the past 3 months, my KDP account was banned as well for one time, and I was kind of literally having no idea why it got banned. And it was a kind of a part of my experience on how I was creating the books, and I was experimenting with the publishing process. But during that experimentation, the experiment went wrong and my KDP account was banned. So in case if you are interested to know more about it, let me know in the comment section. I'll be creating a separate video on that. Now, keeping it aside, I was somehow able to get it back, and it was kind of a bit of a hassle, but at the end, all is well that ends well. And finally, I was able to get my KDP account back. So I was pretty much happy with it. So yeah, uh, in case if you want to know more about that particular story, let me know in the comment section. I'll create a story about that. I'll create a video about that. And here comes the interesting part, earning. Because my main goal for starting KDP business was creating passive income journey. And after doing bit of a research, that I found that the time when I have kind of entered into my KDP business, so that time maybe was not right, because generally people say that May, June, July, August, keeping aside May, June, July, August are kind of a months wherein overall sales on KDP remains very low. And I, as a beginner, earlier I was not knowing, but as I dived deep into it, I came to know about this particular truth. So I was wondering, like, how I'll be able to get my sales, and I'm not going to run any ads, and how is it possible to get the organic sales? And you know what? You'll be interested to know about how much time it took for me to earn first $100. I'll show it to, I'll share it with you in some time. And apart from that, I also have shared my June month and July month income report as well. Those two income reports are as well available as video on my channel. So I'll be putting the link in this description box so you can check about that. And coming to how much time it took for me to earn my first $100, and you know, the feeling when your book is getting sold, that feeling is something awesome. And that is something that once you kind of are creating the book, you have put in a lot of efforts. And when you see that one sale that is happening, you know, that feeling is next level and it is out of the world. And that is something kind of boost your motivation and kind of ensure that you give your best, and you kind of continue with KDP journey. And for me, I'll say it was a God grace that I was able to kind of make the sales in the month of May as well, in month of June as well, and month of July as well. And the sales and the earnings that I have made in this 3 months, it was kind of a more than the expectation that I had when I started my KDP journey. So let me just now take you through the KDP reports dashboard, and this is something, a new KDP reports beta that KDP has provided. And over here, I have kind of selected the custom date range, that is May 15th to July 7th. So probably, I don't know how many days, but these were the number of days wherein I was able to kind of make my first $100 from Amazon KDP. And yes, that feeling is literally awesome. So yes, based on my experience, right? So what would be my conclusion as a new author, like whether Amazon KDP is a good passive income stream or not? Whether someone can consider publishing the books with Amazon KDP or not. So, honestly speaking, my opinion is absolutely yes. People generally say that KDP is kind of a saturated and there is a lot more competition. But you know, based on my 3 months of experience, I can say that if we kind of take the fundamentals right, and if we kind of create the book covers well and interior well, and the quality of book is well, then definitely somewhere there is someone who is going to buy your book. So we just don't have to worry about that sales. and we just try to focus on creating the quality books. And I'll say that the initial set of books that I have created are around 25 to 30 books. So it was just kind of an experimentation. And when I kind of see them, I literally say that, okay, no one is going to buy these books. And in these 3 months, I had kind of created around 90 books, and the later ones I had created recently. But yeah, in this 3 months I had kind of created around 90 books. But the sales that I was getting, and this the amount that I have earned, that was something from around 4 or 5 books only, and that too was organic sales. Yeah, so definitely my conclusion is Amazon KDP, yes, it is worth to give it a try. And one thing to remember is Amazon KDP is not an overnight success. It is something that you have to be consistent, you have to be persistent, and you have to kind of have patience, and you have to kind of give your level best, and uh, be motivated, don't give up, keep trying, somewhere you will get success. So this is something, my personal opinion, and everyone's journey is different. Someone may be getting success early, or someone might get the success late, or it may possible that someone might not get the success. So like whatever worked for me, it is not 100% that it might work for you as well, because everyone's journey is completely different. But definitely from my viewpoint, KDP is definitely yes, yes. So coming to next part, what is going to be my future strategy with Amazon KDP? So presently I have started experimenting with ads, and I have kind of kept a very minimal budget in order to kind of experiment with ads, and that is something that I'll be learning. And once I have kind of gained enough learning, I'll be sharing my experience about Amazon KDP ads as well. But my more focus is how to get organic sales. So that is going to be my key focus. But I know if I have to scale well on Amazon KDP, Amazon KDP ads or Amazon ads are the way to scale well. But at this point of a time, my focus is mainly to learn the different aspects, like whatever I may have missed. And along with that, focus on organic sales, focus on creating the quality books, focus on creating a better design of the book cover, and use the appropriate keywords. And publish as many books as I can. But as I said, KDP is one of the stream that I am kind of having, and I'm not getting kind of a full time to dedicate to Amazon KDP. So whatever little time that I'm getting, so I'm trying to make the full utilization of it, and I'm kind of trying to effectively use that time to publish my book. So I also share that strategy, like how I'm efficiently using my time for publishing KDP book in one of the future videos. So it would be good that if you will subscribe to my channel, so you'll get to know all about my journey and my strategies or tips and tricks and my experiences and everything about KDP. And that may be useful to you. And if you hit that subscribe button, I'll really appreciate that. And yeah, another most important thing that I am focusing on presently is getting ready for my first Q4. Because during my research, I have found that Q4, that is October, November, and December, people say that these are the months that your book sales can kind of go absolutely pretty well, and people are buying a lot many books. So I'm also trying to get myself ready for my first Q4, and I want to kind of publish as many books that I can, and I have kind of identified that what would be the kind of a list of books that I'm going to publish. So my focus is to kind of get those books ready, and this is something that I myself is going to do myself alone. So I'll try to do whatever best I can, and whatever the number of books that I can publish to KDP, so that I can get ready for my first Q4. So yeah, the video might have gone a bit long, but I wanted to kind of share my experience with Amazon KDP in this past 3 months, and maybe my experience kind of gives some kind of a motivation to you as well, in case if you are going to start your KDP journey. But whatever work for me might not work for you as well. So it is an individual who should try and experiment with the things. But in case if you are starting the KDP journey, then I'll definitely wish you a best of luck, and I can certainly say that there is a long way to go. So with that said, I would like to conclude the video, and I hope you would have liked the video. If you liked it, do hit that like button, and in case if you didn't like the video, do give the thumbs down as well. And your thoughts, your comments, everything, your feedback, you can share it in the comment section. I would love to read it, and I'll be thankful to you for watching my video. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day.